Hey everyone, it's Christy, and we are getting so excited about our Jelly Roll Rug class coming up. But unfortunately, there's a lot of prep work with this class, so y'all are going to have a homework assignment before class even starts. Isn't that fun? We love homework here. And so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you a quick demo today on what you need to do to come to class prepared. Okay? So here's what we've got. You're going to open your Jelly Roll up, and you're going to have all these 2.5-inch strips. And what I'm going to tell you to do is I want you to lay them out in the order in which you want to use them. And so what you're going to do is come along with your tools, your little handy dandy cutters here, and you're going to cut off the edge of the selvage, just like that. And then, Tracy, if you want to get zoomy in, we're going to come here and we're going to cut them on a 45-degree angle. Now you may wonder, why am I doing this on a 45-degree angle? Thought you said this was an easy class, a beginner class. It is, but 45 angle is this very line right here. So as long as you're straight on that 45, right along the bottom, then what you're going to do is leave this tip out on this side about 1/4 of an inch. And what you're doing there is you're getting rid of your dog ears before they get a chance to get started. So then we're going to come and slice. That's your little piece of leftover material. So see, look, you've got this nice little dog ear. And what I'm going to do is take this, I'm just going to turn it the opposite direction, lay it back up here, get it nice and lined up and pretty. We like pretty. And what we're going to do is then come over here, slice off the selvage, just like so. And then we're going to take our ruler, turn it to 45 degrees, and come out 1/4 of an inch. And you should be able to see that real clearly on your ruler, just like that. So you have a little bit in there. And you're going to cut this. And then what you will do is you will then take this to your sewing machine, and then you will start to sew your tails together. And look what happens. Because you left those little dog ears off, these line up perfectly. See that, how it lines up perfectly? You're going to put this in position, and you're just going to stitch down. Now, once you've stitched and you've sound effects are very important, you're going to press these seams open, okay? And then after you've done that, you're going to do this for your entire jelly roll. Yes, you will have a single jelly roll strip that will be equivalent to about 50 yards, probably about 45 to 48, depending on your jelly roll. So that's a lot of jelly roll strips. Now I used a tote bucket for mine, so as I was pressing these open, I would just let them fall off to the side in the tote bucket. How you choose to organize that, that's your decision. So for the rest of our little homework project, we're just going to act like these two pieces are sewn together. And what I'm going to show you to do next, we don't need any rotary cutters, is then we're going to take this, and this is our batting. This is our batting that we're going to put in the middle. And what you're going to do is you're just going to line up this batting on the ugly side of your fabric, so on the back of your fabric. And what I did is I started a little bit in. Your rug's going to be big enough. It's okay if you start a little bit in. See how I left that ear out there? And you can just let this roll, because this will be your entire 50 yards of this. You're going to use all of it except for just a tiny bit. So just leave this on the roll and let it go. Now, one of the optional items for your class is this item called a Jerry's jig. See that? It's a Jerry's jig. It's a bias folder, but it's bigger because it goes through with the batting. And these are coming into the store, and we will have them for you if you want to come by and pick them up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this, and I'm going to slide this in here. And kind of have to work with it a little bit just to get it started. And I just get it fed in there really gently like. And then I've got this little tip of a tail sticking out. Then I just pull on it. And look at that. There it is, coming right out, just like so. And I just keep this going, and I just keep unrolling a little bit and just keep on going. Now, here's the trick. You got to kind of keep this even to where it feeds through both sides. Now, do you have to do this with Jerry's jig? No, you don't. I will undo this in a minute and show you a different way to do it without purchasing the jig. Does it make it easier? Sure, but you don't have to purchase it. So what I do is I pull this out a little bit, and I'm just going to take this, I'm going to fold it over, fold it in half, and I'm going to use my clips, my Wonder Clips, and I'm just going to clip. And we're just going to go down and do this. This is a good thing to do when you're having to watch something on TV that you need to look interested in for your husband's sake, but you're really not. Swamp People's a perfect example, isn't it, Tracy?
Yes, definitely. Yes, it is.
Swamp People night. So you can just sit here and do this with all 50 yards of your now jelly roll. And you just keep on going, okay? So you guys get the idea. And then what you will do is once you have this folded in half like so, and you've got all your little clippies on it, you will then take this to your sewing machine, and as best as you can, try to stitch down the middle and sew these two together. Now this, you just get in there and just stitch away and get your little happy place. It's pretty mindless sewing, but you're just going to stitch right down the middle. And once you do that part, you'll be ready for class. Okay, so that's the end of our homework. So now let me show you real quick how to do this without Jerry's jig. Okay, again, it's a wonderful thing to do while watching Swamp People, or what is it, Mountain Man, or I don't know, some other weird show. But instead of doing it with Jerry's jig, what you can do is take this and fold it one way and fold it the other. Make sure and eyeball it that they're centered and fold them up. Is it easier with the jig? Yes, it's easier. Is it doable without it? Yes, it's doable without it. It just is a matter of how much effort you want to do. You know, do you want it to do it for you, or do you want to make it work? And you just have to really kind of fuss with it to get it to where it's close to being half in. Because what you're doing basically is you're folding this half in, and then folding them together, okay, to make a strip. And again, once you do all this, then you stitch right down the middle. And then when you're done with the stitching, it's just a straight stitch, 2.5 inch, you know, just a basic straight stitch. Once you do that, come to class with then your rope. And once you have your rope, then we'll start putting it together. All right, there's your homework. Get to it.